Welcome to channel Dr.Caos. Today we will learn one of the features of object-oriented programming, which is very well known as the inheritance. So before I give you the syntax, I would like to define what is inheritance, give you an example, and also its types. So starting with the definition, inheritance is basically the mechanism when one class acquires the properties of another class. So for making your concepts clear, I've loaded one example over here. You can see over here there are 4 classes, but one of these classes in top of all other classes. That means that this class has some properties which are available in all of these classes over here. For example, a bird may have wings, right? It always have wings. So the duck also has wings, the cuckoo as well, and the ostrich as well. So that is a property which is available or is common in all of these. So that's why this is on the top and all of these are on the bottom. So in programming language, we would call this class as the base class and all these classes as the derived class. We call them as the derived class because it has the properties of the base class. That's why it's called as the derived class. It's that simple. But now the thing is that this is an hierarchical model. There are many types of inheritance. This is just one of them. So these are all the types of inheritance available in the object-oriented programming. One of them is the single inheritance, where there's only one base class and only one derived class. And then we have the multi-level inheritance, where basically this is the base class from which this class is derived. Then this class becomes a base class from which this class is derived. Then over here we have 2 derived classes from which one base class is derived, which is known as the multiple inheritance. Now many people confuse themselves by multi-level and multiple, so make sure you differentiate them properly. Then we have the hierarchical inheritance. As we saw before, there was one base class from which many other classes were derived. The bird one, the bird example that I showed you a minute before. Then we have the hybrid inheritance. Now this wouldn't be the proper example of it. Hybrid is basically taking any of these inheritance and putting them together. For example, if I take the multi-level and the hierarchical together, and that would be a hybrid inheritance. So this wouldn't be a proper example, but it would be valid if you want to write it in your examination. So these are the types of inheritance. So I would like to cover up the syntax now. Now, as I told you before, there are almost 5 types of inheritance. So I cannot give you the syntax of all of them, so I'm just going to cover up one of them, which is the hierarchical one. So over here, as we can see, we have taken a class base, put in their members, assume that they are members over here. Then we have taken 2 other classes, which is known as the derived 1 and the derived 2. So there are 2 derived classes and 1 base class. Now how do we say that this class is the derived one? So basically we take this operator, which is the double quote operator, and add public base. So what we are taking here is taking the access specifier, which you can take anything, public, private or protected, dependent on your use, and then the name of the base class, which is base. So for making your concepts clear, I'm going to put the previous example. So class bird, and the derived class would be duck, and the third one would be, let's say, cuckoo. Okay, so there's a class bird from which 2 other classes are being derived. It's that simple. As I told you before, all the syntax of the other types of inheritance is available in the description. So that is basically it. So this has been a channel of Dr.Caos. I hope you like this video. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much.